Hey guys, Dirk Knudsen, NorthwestPrepReport.com, also founder of PremierProspect.com, which some of you have gotten into. There's about 120 of our top players from Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and a few from California in the system right now. So we're going to talk about a few things we're doing that can help you seniors and especially you underclassmen coming up. So the website is PremierProspect.com. You can kind of see that right here. And what that does is, I'll scroll down a little bit. There's an explanation on the front of how it works, and basically what happens is, like a lot of these websites that are out there, NCSA and Be Recruited and D1 Nation and D1 Bound and all these guys, so they all have this profile builder that you can get, but we charge $35 to $99, and that's for a year. And what you're going to do is you're going to be getting a full profile in the database, okay? And these are some of the guys, some of you guys probably recognize these guys. Here's Brady Kelly, Curtis Stradley from Skyview, Jason Rucker from Westview, Austin Downs from Moses Lake, and the list goes on. There's lots of guys here, Toby Okafor. And so you can come in here and look at everybody. There's some prep football news kind of on here. And then there's a bunch of testimonials for you parents that really talk about how we've done it. Here's a nice testimonial from Miles Jack. We all know him. On and on. And so the analysts are myself and Coach Ligo for right now. And he's up in Seattle helping me out. Here's our phone number. Talks a little bit about that. And for our coaches, college coaches from all over, they come here often to look at you guys. And so here's kind of how that works. So what they're going to do, and we'll scroll up here real quick. They're going to come up here to prospect search. And the reason they're going to do this partly is because they'll find the website, and partly we market the website for you. So they can come in here and search by your name, your graduation year, your ranking, location, offensive position, defensive position, and number of views you've had. So let's just take a quick look at some of the guys that are in here. And so there's some of the Northwest guys that have just joined. Some very good names in here. A lot of you guys will recognize these guys. So let's say that I came here and I was looking for guys who were maybe top 10 in their class, and that is a subjective ranking that our staff does. Everyone in here has got an equal footing to sort of be among the top guys. But let's look at Caleb Weber out of Chiawana. So we'll bring Caleb's profile. So when you go to Caleb's profile, one of the things is Caleb has his own web page. Google's going to find this web page under premierprospect.com/Caleb Weber. We all know how that stuff works. So Caleb's a top linebacker. He built this page by just signing in and filling out his information. It's got a great scroller with some of his action shots here. There's a description of him right here. Some of the things he's accomplished this year. And then his huddle footage is embedded here, right for the coach to see. The really great thing is right here is his contact info, his school, his phone number, his email, location, and then additional information gets into his height, weight, colleges that are recruiting, offers he's had, how to reach his coach, and here we've got a direct link to his huddle, his Facebook, and his Twitter. So this was built with coaches telling me what they needed to know, how they were calling us at Northwest Prep Report over the last 7 or 8 years saying, hey, you've got all these great kids, but we got to find them. So here, guys, you have you parents and you players, you can see he's actually got a video that he embedded here about his judo club that he's involved with. And you'll see as these things load, there's a lot of sharing going on here of his content. Also, here's some tabs. Here's his contact info, shows how to get to Chiawana High School. Shows his email again, and I can actually email him right here. He'll get a message sent to his email. If he's got any events that he's taking part in, if he's been rated by his peers, or if he's had any expert analysis, which that hasn't happened for him yet. But anyway, this is just a place for him to have all of his information. So Premier Prospect, that's what it does. It's a category. It's a catalog of the best of the Northwest. That are that have joined the site. The site's a fraction of the cost of what other people are charging, and yet we're doing as much or more for you guys. For those of you that are in here you come in here and you want to update this on a regular basis, and you'll see that it becomes a place for you to put all your information. So let's take a quick break. I'm going to show you the other side of this. Okay, so here is a mailer that I have prepared tonight on January 6th. This is an email from Premier Prospect to every head football coach in the United States. This is a nice greeting that I send to them, a little bit about me, how to reach me, and then I feature some of our guys. So here's Elijah Molden. You can click on this and go straight to a story about Elijah, top player for 2017, certainly top 3 or 4 guy. Michon Knowles, Michon, a John Kitna product out of Lincoln High School, is part of our system up in Tacoma, and he's getting ready to move on to college with the 2016 class. And then Jason Talley from Jesuit is being featured in this issue as the Player of the Year from Oregon and a tagline, Best D1 Recruit. If we click on that, I've tagged a story on Jason that was run over at Northwest Prep Report. So that coach is going to be able to go right to the stories that we're going to feature guys at. And then additionally down here, find the top 250 in the Northwest for 2016 through 2018 right here, coach. Top quarterbacks list, top DBs and safeties, linebackers, linemen, receivers, and running backs. And then another feature on John Bledsoe, Drew Bledsoe's son, out of Bend, Oregon. So Georgia, Florida State, Texas A&M, Oregon, Michigan, Alabama, the list goes on. All these head coaches, almost 1,000 of them are getting this email from me tonight. And then down here, we then tell them, hey, coach, come look at all the guys at premierprospect.com, and here's the hot links to the players some of the players we were just talking about. So I'm showing you how the back end of this works. Here's links to all of our social media and information about how the coach can call me. As soon as I click this gray button down here, this thing's gone. And that's included every 3 months as part of your membership. You don't have to do anything. I'll do that for you. So if you simply join us, you're with us, you're part of our family, you're going to be sent out and taken care of. It's no guarantee of a scholarship, but I'll tell you one thing, you're not going to be able to email 900 plus head coaches, every coach from NAI on up to the highest level. So this is the real power behind the website, besides the profile side of it that you get to keep and use on your end. And when you're working with Premier Prospect, myself, Dirk Knudsen, and part of Northwest Prep Report, where we do feature you, you definitely come into our Twitter sphere. I mean, look here, my tweets have earned 118,000 impressions this last 28-day window. Each one of these represents a tweet. So here's a tweet I put out on the 29th, 9,000 impressions. And keep in mind, out of my 2,800 followers, many of them are head coaches. So look at this, 6,800 impressions, 563 direct engagements, and these are non-promoters, so I'm not paying. These are just my followers sharing and sending stuff out. So the average, we're getting about 2,000. Here's Brady Kelly. I just posted something for Brady. He's part of Premier Prospect. 358 interactions with a 23.4%, promotion or engagement rate. That is off the chain. So those are his friends, his family. But guess what? There's a lot of coaches in that mix. So when you join us, you become part of this action here. And one additional thing. Yeah, here's the front end of my Twitter. So you guys know me on Twitter. Make sure you follow me. Here's the one I just sent out about how I've just emailed 252 D1 head coaches, 164 D2 head coaches, 235 D3 head coaches, 135 head JC coaches, and 100 head NAI. That's everybody everyone that's a head football coach. And I have another whole list for positional guys. So for position coaches, I have another 800 that I'm going to email for you. This is something we built. It's not a profit center for us or for me, but because I coached and my kids played, and a lot of you know the history, we did this as a way to get you guys out there because we believed the Northwest had more recruiting to give. So you hear guys talking about how they're all involved in this. We're in our 13th year. Just myself and Chris Fetters have been doing this long, and Chris has moved on mostly to be with the Huskies. So here's our Facebook page. With 5,500 followers, and we've got some real serious action going on here too. These are average daily impressions. You can see the whale back here. So I post once a day, sometimes twice a day here, but 5,000, 51, 51, 51, 51. I mean, it's pretty consistent over the last few days here, just with the holiday being here. Pretty significant. And today I posted an article about Wilson High School's Stefan Jacobson. 4,100 people viewed this, 455 actually engaged with it, and 194 liked, commented, and shared. Again, these are his followers and all of our followers, which is coaches and stuff. So look at the small investment you have to make to be brought into the fold, to work with us, to be a part of the family. I definitely want you guys all to take advantage of this. It takes me about 2 hours to do the work for you, so it's just a labor of love for us at this point, and I want to make sure you all get involved and take advantage of this. Certainly don't have to. I mean, we don't need you to, but we would love you to.